A stream valley consists of a channel and the 16.6 shaping stream valleys. Contrast narrow V-shaped valleys, broad valleys with floodplains, and valleys that display incised meanders or stream terraces. A stream valley consists of a channel and the surrounding terrain that directs water to the stream. It includes the valley floor, which is the lower, flatter area that is partially or totally occupied by the stream channel, and the sloping valley walls that rise above the valley floor on both sides. Alluvial channels often flow in valleys that have wide valley floors consisting of sand and gravel deposited in the channel and clay and silt deposited by floods. Bedrock channels, on the other hand, tend to be located in narrow V-shaped valleys. In some arid regions, where weathering is slow and rock is particularly resistant, narrow valleys having nearly vertical walls are also found. Such features are called slot canyons, figure 16.22. Stream valleys exist on a continuum from narrow, steep-sided valleys to valleys that are so flat and wide that the valley walls are not discernible. Figure 16.22 Halls Creek Narrows. This is a classic slot canyon in Utah's Capitol Reef National Park. Photo by Michael Collier. Streams, with the aid of weathering and mass wasting, shape the landscape through which they flow. As a result, streams continuously modify the valleys they occupy. Base level and graded streams. In 1875, John Wesley Powell, the pioneering geologist who first explored the Grand Canyon and later headed the U.S. Geological Survey, introduced the concept of a downward limit to stream erosion, which he called base level. A fundamental concept in the study of stream activity, base level is defined as the lowest elevation to which a stream can erode its channel. Essentially, it is the level at which the mouth of a stream enters the ocean, a lake, or a trunk stream. Powell determined that two types of base level exist. We may consider the level of the sea to be a grand base level, below which the dry lands cannot be eroded, but we may also have, for local and temporary purposes, other base levels of erosion. Asterisk. Sea level, which Powell called grand base level, is now referred to as ultimate base level. Local, or temporary, base levels include lakes, resistant layers of rock, and rivers that act as base levels for their tributaries. All limit a stream's ability to dowcut its channel. Changes in base level cause corresponding adjustments in the work that streams perform. When a dam is built along a stream course, the reservoir that forms behind it raises the base level of the stream, figure 16.23. Upstream from the reservoir, the stream gradient is reduced, lowering its velocity and, hence, its sediment transporting ability. As a result, the stream deposits material, thereby building up its channel. This process continues until the stream again has a gradient sufficient to carry its load. The profile of the new channel will be similar to the old profile but somewhat higher. Figure 16.23 Building a dam. The base level upstream from the reservoir is raised, which reduces the stream's flow velocity and leads to deposition and a reduced gradient. If, on the other hand, base level is lowered by a drop in sea level, the stream will have excess energy and dowcut its channel to establish a balance with its new base level. Erosion first occurs near the mouth and then progresses upstream, creating a new stream profile. Observing streams that adjust their profiles to changes in base level led to the concept of a graded stream. A graded stream has the necessary slope and other channel characteristics to maintain the minimum velocity required to transport the material supplied to it. On average, a graded system is neither eroding nor depositing material but simply transporting it. When a stream reaches equilibrium, it becomes a self-regulating system in which a change in one characteristic causes a change in the others to counteract the effect. Consider what would happen if displacement along a fault were to raise a layer of resistant rock along the course of a graded stream. As shown in figure 16.24, the resistant rock forms a waterfall and serves as a temporary base level for the stream. Because of the increased gradient, the stream concentrates its erosive energy on the resistant rock along an area called a nick point. Eventually, the river erases the nick point from its path and re-establishes a smooth profile. Figure 16.24 Changes in base level. A resistant layer of rock can act as a temporary base level. The stream concentrates its erosive energy on the resistant rock at the nick point. Eventually the river eliminates the nick point and re-establishes a smooth profile. Valley deepening. When a stream's gradient is steep, the channel is well above base level and the dominant erosional process is downcutting, the lowering of the stream bed toward base level. Abrasion caused by bed load sliding and rolling along the bottom, and the hydraulic power of fast-moving water, slowly deepen the stream bed. The result is usually a V-shaped valley with steep sides. A classic example of a V-shaped valley is the section of the Yellowstone River shown in figure 16.25. Figure 16.25 Yellowstone River. The V-shaped valley, rapids, and waterfalls indicate that the river is vigorously downcutting. Photo by Charles A. Blakesley/H photo stock. The most prominent features of V-shaped valleys are rapids and waterfalls. Both occur where the stream's gradient increases significantly, a situation usually caused by variations in the erodibility of the bedrock into which a stream channel is cutting. Resistant beds create rapids by acting as a temporary base level upstream while allowing downcutting to continue downstream. Recall that, over time, erosion usually eliminates the resistant rock. Waterfalls occur where streams make vertical drops. One type of waterfall is exemplified by Niagara Falls, figure 16.26. These famous falls are supported by a resistant bed of dolostone that is underlain by less resistant shale. As the water plunges over the lip of the falls, it erodes the less resistant shale, undermining a section of overlying rock, which eventually breaks off. In this manner, the waterfall retains its vertical cliff while slowly, but continually, retreating upstream. Over the past 12,000 years, Niagara Falls has retreated more than 11 kilometers, 7 miles, upstream. Figure 16.26 The retreat of Niagara Falls. The force of the plunging Niagara River is causing the falls to retreat. Photo by Michael Collier. Valley widening. As a stream approaches a graded condition in which it primarily works to transport sediment, downcutting becomes less dominant. At this point the stream's channel takes on a meandering pattern, and more of its energy is directed from side to side. As a result, the valley widens as the river cuts away at one bank and then the other. The continuous lateral erosion caused by shifting meanders gradually produces a broad, flat valley floor covered with alluvium, figure 16.27. This feature, called a floodplain, is appropriately named because when a river overflows its banks during flood stage, it inundates the floodplain. Over time the floodplain will widen to a point where the stream is actively eroding the valley walls in only a few places. In the case of the lower Mississippi River, for example, the distance from one valley wall to another sometimes exceeds 160 kilometers, 100 miles. Smart figure 16.27 Development of an erosional floodplain. Continuous side-to-side erosion by shifting meanders gradually produces a broad, flat valley floor. Alluvium deposited during floods covers the valley floor. Condor video. Meandering rivers.